I would like to lead off this evening's video by asking my audience a very honest and straightforward question. This isn't a gotcha question. It's designed to evoke thought. Imagine you are 20, 25, 30 years old, and you're just getting started in the world. And you go out and you're successful at what you're doing, and you build an empire, and you make first millions of dollars, and then you become a billionaire. And in the process, you have 3 children. You have a daughter and you have 2 sons. And you're trying to show them the way of the world so that they're successful and that they're happy, like any good father or mother would. Would you train them? Would you show them to do anything different than what you've done? If you ended up later in life and you had a net worth that had 9 zeros after it, that's what billion is, billionaire. Would you show your kids, do this different, do that different, do this? No. You would want them to be just as successful as you are. Billionaires are rare. So my question is, why would Donald Trump ever be interested in changing anything? Why wouldn't he want the status quo, if not for him, but for his kids? I mean, wouldn't he want the same exact set of circumstances that led him to be a billionaire to be available for his kids so that they could take his training, his guidance, his knowledge, and then become successful for themselves? Why would he want anything changed so radically that it would hinder them? This was my whole point about the post I made earlier today, where these billionaires kind of stick together. You know, Soros has been tied to Trump for many, many years. So have a lot of other billionaires. They all kind of run in the same circles because they've been wildly successful. Why would anyone do anything differently? Why would you want anything to be done differently? Or would you just tell people what they wanted to hear because that might get them to support you? Which is more likely? Now, we haven't heard from Jennifer Veterans for Truth for a while, but she did bring me a couple of pieces of information recently that were a little curious on her, what would be her right hand, your left hand. Adoption over abortion. Former President Trump promised that if reelected, he'll focus on incentivizing adoptions to reduce abortions, a plan already undertaken by several states, including Florida, over a year ago. And it was something Governor DeSantis did that got unanimous support in the State House. But over on her left, your right hand, China Uncensored on Truth Social. Well, of all the social media, it was Truth Social that banned China Uncensored. Ironically, the last thing that channel posted was an interview clip with Miles Yu, who worked for the Trump administration. I wonder what the egregious violation was. I thought Truth Social was going to be one of those places that didn't ban free speech, that'll let you say what you needed to say, whether it was popular or whether it was not. Well, apparently that's not the case at Truth Social. That they do ban, shadow ban, and completely ban accounts and restrict free speech. So just wanted to say a big shout out and a big thank you to Jennifer Veterans for Truth, Jennifer LaFontaine. Her channel's still up and out there. I'm just sure that she's got a lot going on with kids and life and everything, but hopefully we'll hear from her again soon. But as always, before we get started in today's video, I just wanted to say thank you. I always want to be diligent. Those of you who have joined us at the Florida Maquis Patreon channel, thank you very, very much. Those of you who join us here every day, of course, you guys are appreciated as well. But those of you that have stepped up at the $1 and at the $5 level, I very, very much appreciate you. It gives me the ability to have parity against those who would censor me here. I still have to follow the rules, but now I can make videos over there because I partner with Vimeo where I can take the gloves off. And sometimes that makes people a little uncomfortable. Just ask down in the comment section. Is Florida Maquis telling the truth? Is it really uncensored over there? There have been people that have gone over there and have canceled their accounts immediately because it's so uncensored. That's how uncensored it is. So would love to have you. $1 per month, even less if you sign up for an entire year. You get a 10% discount on the annual. Same for those at the $5 level. We only got a couple of videos up for the $5 folks, but we're going to have some more coming because things are about to get pretty intense. Also, I know we're doing a lot of kind of channel business today, but I wanted to give a big shout out to Restricted Republic, Lisa Haven, Justice Knight. Later on tonight, it is currently right now 7 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern time on the East Coast, that would be kind of redundant. Here in Florida, at 6:30 Pacific time, which would be about 2.5 hours from now, because there's a 3-hour difference, at 9:30 Eastern time, basically would be the easiest way to say it. 9:30 Eastern time, 6:30 Pacific time, Wake Up America, a live stream with both Justice Knight and Lisa Haven. You can ask questions. I just wanted to give them this big shout out so that they can get some folks over there so that they can have discussion. I'll be very honest with you. I am not exactly sure where they stand on the DeSantis-Trump debate. I'm just not sure. They've said positive things about both. I've not heard either one of them say anything really negative about either one. So I think that live stream might be a great place to, to bring up that discussion. But just to back up what I said about Trump here, pardon me, excuse me. Florida governor signs bill providing $44 million to promote adoption and foster care. Basically, this just kind of is the idea that Trump said he would come out and do. Now, I'm not knocking Trump for doing it, but it's not an original idea. He spends most of his days knocking Governor DeSantis and things that he's done and going after the people of Florida and what we've done. And it just seems like it's kind of a waste of time when there's so much better targets over on the other side. But also, who remembers about a week ago, I led off a video talking about how in 2024, normalcy is going to be on the ballot. I had made allegation. Well, let's listen to me in my own voice from about 6-7 days ago. Never underestimate the power of normal, or the idea of getting back to normal. You see, ever since really the turn of the millennia, things have been in constant chaos in North America with the 9/11, then the wars, the never-ending wars, and then everybody was upset about Barack Obama, and then Donald Trump, the other side was upset about. Make no mistake, for the last quarter century, nothing has been truly normal. And that's going to be key. In today's video, we're going to talk about why in the next election in 2024, normal is going to be on the ballot. Okay, so that was 6 days ago. Now, I am not part of the DeSantis campaign at all. I don't have any contact with him. But now let's listen to the first thing. Hold on. Here we go. First televised appearance after the sabotage by Elon Musk, that Ron DeSantis came out, Trey Gowdy. Listen to what he says. Listen to what he said he is going to campaign on.
Decline as a country is not inevitable. It is a choice, and I think we can choose a better pathway. And so what I will do is help restore normalcy to our communities, integrity to our institutions, and sanity to our society. Truth needs to be the foundation of everything we do, and common sense can no longer be an uncommon virtue.
And there you have it. Literally the very first thing he said after he announced he was running, after he filed, after the sabotage from Elon Musk with Twitter Spaces, goes on Fox with Trey Gowdy and says, I'm going to campaign on normalcy. Now, I don't know if anybody from his campaign is watching my videos or what, but if truth needs to be told, we need to tell the truth, shouldn't we? Now, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, the president of Mexico, does not like Ron DeSantis at all. Mexican president ramps up anti-DeSantis rhetoric, really urges Hispanics not to give DeSantis any votes, which is very strange. You see, AMLO is a leftist socialist. Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador is a leftist, nationalist, socialist leader of Mexico. But he's super good friends with Donald Trump. Mexico's president's buddies with Trump despite years of insults. President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, see if I can speak the language, a lifelong populist and face of Mexico's left, actually has a lot in common with Trump. President Donald Trump for years has insulted Mexicans with his promises to build a border wall to keep out migrants, criminals, drugs, most recently the CV, but that's not stopping, we'll call him AMLO, from heading to the White House for his first face-to-face meeting with Trump. You see, they actually had a very good relationship, this socialist, and this is his party. It's called Morena. And let's read real quick the ideology of Morena. Anti-neoliberalism, meaning neoliberals is capitalism. Socialism of the 21st century, left-wing nationalism, left-wing populism, Latin American integration, meaning turning all of South America into one country, and social democracy. So when you're going to make a choice, maybe look at the enemies. And then there was this. Since we're talking about truth, let's go to Donald Trump, his own words from Truth Social, his own site. This was literally right as, like 20 minutes after the Trump-Musk sabotage of the launch on Twitter Spaces. Quote, Rob, comma, in quotes, my red button is bigger, better, stronger, and is working, parentheses, truth, comma, yours does not, exclamation point, more parentheses, per my conversation with Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. I don't even know who that, okay. Anyway, of North Korea, soon to become my friend, exclamation point, end parentheses. What? I don't know who's doing this, if it's him, whether he was on something, but it's, this is just gibberish. My red button, what red button is he talking about? And North Korea, Kim Jong-un going to be friend? What? I mean, I'm not sure if this guy's in command of his mental faculties nearly as much as maybe he might be having some Biden issues himself. So, anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. And since everybody's so interested in the truth and getting it all laid out there, let's lay it all out there. Let's put it all out there for people to decide. And big arrows. This truth is unavailable. Meaning, he didn't even allow any comments on this, any retruths, any replies, no questions asked, nothing. You see, I thought for sure this wasn't going to be the case when he rolled out. Wasn't he complaining about all the censorship on this platform and that platform? And all these other platforms have now reinstated him. He's back on Twitter. He's back on, I can't believe he's back on YouTube. Here at this platform, you literally can't say anything. Anything at all that remotely could possibly be construed as, in some instance somewhere, possibly offending or harming some. I mean, it's just ridiculous what you can and can't do. It truly is. I mean, that's literally why, we had I lost the tab, but it's why they have Restricted Republic. It's why they're on Patreon. It's why I'm on Patreon and Patriot Nurse, everybody else on Patreon. Because, when you have your own private servers, you can actually speak and say what you want. So, anyway, would love to have you over there. But great find, Gen Vets for Truth. Really good stuff. Way to keep your eyes open. Hope to hear from you again soon. But, do what you got to do. Everybody does. So, anyway, I will leave it there. But down in the comments, I really would like that question answered. You see, Ron DeSantis' parents, his dad installed cable boxes, and his mom was a nurse. And when he became governor, he was living in a house very much like the one I live in, about 35 minutes away, actually. Not anything, out of the ordinary. 2-3 bedrooms, I think. Not just a normal, everyday, normal house like you and I would live in. And it was like, Skull and Bones. And yeah, played really good baseball. Ron DeSantis did. In high school, and ended up going to Yale, but he left Yale. He wasn't a member of Skull and Bones, which is ridiculous. He left Yale to go join the Navy. He literally did. He left an Ivy League school to go join the Navy. And that was when we were at war. So, but if you were a billionaire, what would be your motivation to change anything? Wouldn't you want things to be just like they were, because that's how you raised your kids? I raised my kids to do what I did, to make decisions the way I make them. Why? Because it left me with a net worth of 9 zeros after a number. So they would have a vested interest in things staying just like they are. And is that what you're voting for? Is that what you're voting for? I'll leave it there. God bless. Have a great evening. Don't forget to tune in to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Lisa Haven and Justice Knight, Restricted Republic, Wake Up America live stream. You can go to Restricted Republic, just like it sounds, Restricted Republic. You can figure that out. And pre-register over there, piece of cake, not hard to find. In fact, here you go. Here's what the website will look like. And just click on Community up here, and it'll take you to a tab where you can click and pre-register, and you'll be good to go. So, anyway, God bless. Have a wonderful evening. Like, share, subscribe, and maybe you might see me over here. Take care.